Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darian and today we're going to be picking my January TBR. So happy new year everyone. It is January 2024. I mean obviously you know that, but it's the start of a new year and with a new year comes some new rules to my TBR game. So if you're new here, I have this prompt jar that I pick prompts from every month to pick my TBR, and I think every new year I try to revamp it somehow. Nothing too crazy because I like keeping my little TBR game pretty simple, but I've decided to make two rules for myself this year. So the first rule is that, actually before I get into the new rules, let me just quickly go through the normal rules of my little game. So basically every month I pick 5 prompts from this jar, and this year my goal is to read 100 books. I am so determined to reach that goal this year. So I want to make this as easy for myself as possible, which means I'm allowing myself to veto any prompt ever. I mean, within reason. I'm not just gonna like keep picking. Like, I want them still to be challenging, but if there's a prompt that I get that I just really do not feel like I can fulfill that month, I'm just gonna ignore it, pick something else, because I am setting myself up for success. But that being said, I still want it to be challenging for myself. I have gone through all the prompts that were in my prompt jar, taken out any of the ones that I think will be problematic in any way, and then I added some new prompts that you guys suggested to me. So if you ever have any more suggestions for prompts, leave them in the comments and I will add them to the prompt jar if I don't already have them. So those are the general rules, and now the two rules that I have set for myself for this new year. One is that one book for my TBR every month has to fit the Buzzwordathon. So the past few years, I think this is my 4th year attempting to do the Buzzwordathon. If you don't know what that is, it's a readathon that Kayla hosts. It's very loose. There's basically one prompt for every month of the year, and I have attempted to do it for the past, I think, 3 years, and I always get to like August and then something goes wrong and then I just don't complete it for the rest of the year. So again, this year I'm determined to get through it through the whole year. So one book that I pick in my TBR has to fit the Buzzwordathon. The second is that one book, just one book, has to be a backlist book, and I'm counting 2023 and earlier as backlist books. Now you might think, oh, that's easy peasy. But looking at my stats from last year, the majority of the books I read were from 2023, and it's great to keep up with new releases, but I have so many books on my shelves that I have owned for over a year. Some I've owned for like 3 or 4 years and I just haven't gotten to them yet. So this year I really want to prioritize reading books that I've owned for a while. So that's why I am setting this rule for myself, so that I don't only focus on new releases. And I know like 2023 is not that backlist, but like I'm trying to get away from only focusing on new releases, which is now 2024. So those are my new rules for this game. So with that being said, let's just get into picking our first prompt. I am very excited about these new prompts that I've added to the jar, so I hope I pick at least one of them. I might actually need a new prompt jar soon because this is like overflowing and I'm always dropping them. But anyways, this is the first prompt. So the first prompt for January, the first prompt of the year, is going to be read a book with chapter titles. So that is actually outstanding because, so just to let you guys know, I am filming this a little late. I'm filming this on January 3rd. I usually film these before the month starts, but since the month has already started, I have started a book already, and I'm happy that I can fit it into this TBR, and that is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Divine Rivals was one of, if not my favorite book of 2023. Stay tuned for my best books of 2023 video. And this is the very anticipated sequel, which came out on Boxing Day, I think. And I knew this was going to be my first read of 2024. So I have started it. I'm only on page, what page am I on? 112. So I'm only like here. But it does have chapter titles and I can prove it. See? Hunger. It even has like a table of contents at the beginning, which I feel like a lot of books don't really have that anymore. Like, look, contents. Oh, can you see that? Kinda. I don't know. Anyways, I just had coffee, so I feel like I'm more hyper than usual. But yes, Ruthless Vows, the sequel to Divine Rivals, which is a YA fantasy duology about these two characters, Roman and Iris, who are both journalists. And this series takes place in like an alternate universe during World War II times. There is a war going on between gods, and Iris and Roman work at the same newspaper, and they are rivals, and they're vying for like the chief editor position or whatever it was. And they also both have these magical typewriters and they learn that these typewriters are connected, and that when you write a letter on one of them, it is sent to the other person with the other typewriter. And Roman figures out pretty much right away that he is writing to Iris, but Iris doesn't know that she's writing to Roman. And so it is just a beautiful story. Their romance is so sweet and I love them so much. So I'm very happy to be reading Ruthless Vows, even though if you know the end of Divine Rivals, you know that this book is pretty devastating so far, but I'm still loving it. I love Rebecca Ross's writing, and I'm hoping to read more of her books this year, so I'm happy that I'm starting the year with this one and that I can include it in my TBR right away. So that's perfect. I'm so glad I got that. So let's go with this one for prompt number 2. Okay, prompt number 2. Oh, this is, so it's not a new one, but I don't think I've ever pulled this. But read a book that reminds you of coffee. You know what? I'm just gonna go with my gut and pick this one because I looked over it and immediately I was like, perfect. So that book is Family Meal by Brian Washington. Oh god, the ring light. This is a library book, which is why it's so shiny, but you can't tell me that this color does not remind you of coffee, okay? Like, this color is the exact color I want my coffee to be. Yes, I put a lot of milk in my coffee. Sue me, but I'm gonna go with this one. And also there's spoons on the back, so I think it works. But what is this about? Let's find out, because I don't really know. It says, from the best-selling award-winning author of A Memorial and Lot, an irresistible intimate novel about two young men, once best friends, whose lives collide again after a loss. Sounds super fun. Cam is living in Los Angeles and falling apart after the love of his life has died. Oh no. Kai's ghost won't leave Cam alone. His spectral visits wild, tender, and unexpected. Oh, interesting. When Cam returns to his hometown of Houston, he crashes back into the orbit of his former best friend TJ and TJ's family bakery. TJ is not sure how to navigate this changed Cam, impenetrably cool and self-destructing, or their charged estrangement. Estrangement. I'm losing my mind. Can they find a way past all that has been said and left unsaid to save each other? Could they find a way back to being okay again, or maybe for the first time? So, sounds very good. I am reading this for a video. You might be able to figure out which video, but yes. So, very excited about this one and happy that I can include one of my library books. This ring light is really annoying because I never get to my library books, which is bad, but we're gonna read this in January. So technically those are both backlist books. I mean, it's January, so like not many 2024 books have come out, but maybe we can get something from earlier than 2023. All right, so prompt number 3. Ooh, read a book with a title that has 5 or more words. 5 or more words, wow. Oh. Is that what I want to do? Okay, you know what? I am gonna be a coward. I did have the thought of reading A Day of Fallen Night, which was supposed to be, well, it was on my December TBR, but I didn't get to it. But I really want to start off the year strong because I'm trying to read 100 books this year, and I would like to definitely read that at some point this year, but I feel like January is not the time. So the book I'm gonna pick instead is A Winter in New York by Josie Silver. I have the book, but it's downstairs. I don't feel like getting it, but this is Josie Silver's newest book. I have read and loved One Day in December. I read it now 5 times. I love that book so much, and I can't remember too much about what this is about, but I know it involves a bakery, I think, or like one of them is a cook, something like that. I definitely wanted to read this during the winter, and I don't want to leave it till next year because then, knowing me, I'll just keep putting it off. So I'm gonna read it in January. A Winter in New York. That's 5 words, okay? And it's definitely, it does not look like winter right now. We had a lot of snow at like the beginning of December or end of November even, and then it just melted away, and now it looks like it's like fall, but it's not. it's winter now. So hopefully it'll finally snow and then I can cozy up and read that book. I'm so excited for it. And I can't believe I haven't read another Josie Silver book besides One Day in December. So I'm excited to get to that one. So 3 books down, 2 more to go. We still have to fit the buzzword prompt and there's still a couple other books that I would love to read in January. So we'll see if I get to those. But here's prompt number 4. So prompt number 4, oh. Okay, but the book I got is read the highest rated book on Goodreads. Which, you know, in theory is good, but I have a feeling I know what it is and I don't think... I'm sorry if you hear that. Okay, so I can't screen record on my phone, so I'm gonna try to show you. But we're gonna go, okay, my guess is that it's gonna be Words of Radiance. Which you know, it was on my 12 books to read in 2024 video, so would love to read it. But that's even longer than Day of Fallen Night, except maybe it's good that I didn't pick Day of Fallen Night so that I can read Words of Radiance. Or maybe I could just at least start it. Anyways, maybe it's not even Words of Radiance. So let's go to average rating. I don't know if it's gonna go in... Okay, so it went in the opposite order first. Or is it? Oh no. Okay, so first it's just books that haven't come out yet. So we have these books. Yeah. So, yeah. So wait, let's see. So I don't know how well you can see that, but can you see that? So we have books that haven't come out yet. And then we have Words of Radiance. Okay, so I will put Words of Radiance on my TBR. I promise to at least start it this month. I don't think I will read all of it, but I will start it. And this is good. This is good because I want to read it this year. I'm glad I didn't pick A Day of Fallen Night before. So I'm gonna pick Words of Radiance. This is, by the way, if you don't know, this is the 2nd book in the Stormlight Archive series. I read the first one 2021, I think, and I really liked it. It was really good, and I've heard everyone says that the Words of Radiance is the best book in the series, so I'm excited to read it. I will definitely have to find a recap of the first book because I remember a decent amount, but I definitely don't remember all of it. But yeah, so I guess we're reading Words of Radiance in January. Oh boy. All right, last prompt. I still need my Buzzword-a-thon book. So what do I do if I can't fit it into this last prompt? I'll figure that out when I get there. But let's see. Last prompt. If I can, there, last prompt. So prompt number 5 for January. Okay. So I got read a book you've owned for at least a year, which I cannot because I have one book in mind for the Buzzword-a-thon. So I guess in theory I could pick another book, but I have one in mind that I really want to read. So I will just add that to these 5, I guess, and I will prioritize the Buzzword-a-thon book over any of these 5. Does that make sense? Because all of them obviously are backlist books because none of these, well, and also this one will be a backlist book. So there you go. Am I making any sense? You know what I'm gonna pick to help myself out a little bit? It is This Winter by Alice Oseman. This is a Nick and Charlie novella. I can't remember when this takes place, but I think it's after the events of the Heartstopper graphic novel, I think. I have read the Nick and Charlie novella and I believe This Winter is after that, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is a Nick and Charlie novella in the world of Heartstopper. As we all know, I love Heartstopper. I think everyone loves Heartstopper. And it's called This Winter, so I should read it in winter, and it is a novella. Surprisingly enough. So that with Words of Radiance is definitely a great combo, I think. So I'm gonna pick that one. So I don't have a Buzzword-a-thon book, so the book that I plan to read for the Buzzword-a-thon, the buzzword this month is there, the 3 theirs. So there, T-H-E-R, there, T-H-E-I-R, and there, T-H-E-Y''R-E. You get it. I didn't have to spell them. But the book that I want to read for that is Out There by Kate Folk. Do I know how I'm gonna read this? No, because I can't seem to find this book anywhere. It's not on Everend. My library doesn't have it. And like, I want to read it, but not enough to buy it. So worst comes to worst, I'll have to get it on my Kindle or something. It'll be a little cheaper that way. But I do want to read this for the Buzzword-a-thon. All I know is that it's a short story collection. I don't know what the theme is. I'm going into this kind of blind, but I am excited to read it and I'm reading it for reasons. So stay tuned. So my TBR is these 2 books. I do have some of the other ones physically. Actually, I have all of them physically aside from out there, but I'm too lazy to go get them. So I have these books plus the other ones I mentioned. This is an interesting TBR, isn't it? And I'm hoping to read even more than these books, because if I want to read 100 books this year, I gotta read more than 5 books per month, you know, or 6 in this case. But anyways, I feel like I talked so fast in this video. I'm so sorry. I literally just had coffee and then I was like, it's time to film a video. I hope everyone had a great New Year's, and I hope 2024 is our best year yet. I am so excited for where my channel is going this year. I have lots of fun ideas, lots of fun videos, and again, if you have any suggestions for prompts to add to my prompt jar, leave them down below. But I am so excited to start a new year with you guys. So let me know which of these books you have read, which you think I will like, which ones you didn't like. Let me know all that fun stuff. What are you reading this January? If you have watched till the end, leave a fork emoji or a spoon. Where's the spoon? Here. Spoon, fork, one of those. I assume there's a fork or spoon emoji. Leave a utensil. Some sort of utensil down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video soon. Bye!